Studio.
This episode is deeply personal, where I talk about my flaws and insecurities and how owning them liberated me in a way. There are some of the powerful lessons that you can learn from the episode on owning your insecurities and becoming comfortable with who you are. For the longest period, when I thought about my flaws, I would feel that I need to fix something about myself. I needed to get my hair transplanted or get my teeth fixed or speak in a certain way. I had this big insecurity about myself. Everyone else seemed perfect and complete, and that created a lot of self-doubts where I felt that I was becoming very underconfident. I'm sure you have been there and felt in a similar way. For me, it reached to a point where I was almost trying to be someone else that I was not. Instead of pushing my authentic self out there and try and become more of myself, I was trying to fit in. I was seeking validation of the world. For instance, I was mocked in several instances for the accent I have and the way I speak. As a result of that, I tried copying someone else. If you listen to the first few episodes of this podcast, you would realize the tone and the voice that I was trying to use was just not me. All I was trying was to sound cool, and I failed, miserably so, because that was not me. I just felt it was fake and it started to bother me. And when I look back today, I realized that more and more I tried becoming myself, the more people started relating with who I was. The biggest revelation happened to me when I started having deeper conversations with people. I would think some of the extremely successful people I've had the opportunity to meet were almost perfect. They had all that I have ever wanted in my life. So when I started actually having conversations, the conversations beyond that first layer, the conversation that went beyond just the almost perfect life that I saw from the outside. And as they say that the grass is greener on the other side, where you almost feel like everyone's life is so perfect but yours. And when we started shredding those layers, when we started connecting deeply and started sharing our vulnerabilities, when we started opening about our life, it turns out that every single person, no matter how accomplished the person or no matter whom I met and had those deep conversations, had one or the other insecurities and flaws, which either they are trying to hide or not very proud of. And they would feel the same way, that everyone else is perfect but them. And that was such a big realization for me. I realized I was not alone. Most of us are trying to hide our flaws instead of talking about them openly. And honestly, that is a very tough thing to do. It can only happen when you begin with the acceptance. More and more, the deeper, meaningful conversations I had with people, I realized that each of us has flaws and feel the same about it at the core. No matter what image we try to portray out to the world, some of us might not be as good looking by society's standard. Some of us have flawed communication skills. I do have this flawed accent. For the longest time, I felt bad about it. I struggled to have conversations with people and I felt really bad about that. I never had this muscular body, even though I was physically fine. And I started feeling really bad about my own body and physical appearance. I'm losing my hair, and not a single day went by when people did not make me feel bad about it, till the moment I realized that none of us is perfect. When that realization happened, I went from the place where I was feeling bad about my flaws, almost hating myself, to the point where I was like, yeah, these are my flaws, and moved on to the place of acceptance. And once that started happening, a lot of things started changing because I started owning them. When I started owning my flaws and accepted them as a part of me, things started changing. The whole process of owning my flaws taught me some really powerful lessons that I would like to talk about next. So, the first lesson that I learned is self acceptance. Yes, that's true. When I started acknowledging the fact that every person I met had their own set of flaws, I started feeling more comfortable with who I was. I knew that some of us wanted to be better looking, more popular, or have deeper wisdom, or maybe more spiritually evolved, or have the better emotional strength, or better relationships, or heal from the past trauma, and so on. This is when I realized we all are broken people, full of flaws, just different kinds. Some of us have internal flaws, some of us have external ones, and it's okay. And when that understanding came about, that took away the pressure from me to impress other people. Because I know that even though you appear as perfect being in front of me, you have your insecurities and flaws, and it's just a matter of going that one layer deep conversation with you. All of a sudden, I felt no need to appear as someone else. I felt I don't have to try and fit in, and I can just be me with my own set of flaws. When I started embracing my set of flaws, it not only helped me in regaining my self-esteem, but also with my self-acceptance. And when self-acceptance started kicking in, no one else's opinion about me mattered at all. And trust me, it was not easy. It took me a lot of time to build that shield. And it still, honestly, a work in progress, but definitely worth it. Every single flaw that I have is a part of me. And when I operate from that place, it makes my life much easier. So that was the first lesson, self-acceptance. The second lesson I learned by embracing my flaws is humility. This is the big one. You are humble when you feel that you are no better than other person. When I'm aware that we all have either physical, emotional, spiritual, or social flaws. And when I know that I have them too, there is no question of feeling superior to another human being. So when you embrace and accept your flaws, you are moving towards humility from arrogance. Instead of saying that, hey, you know what, I'm this or I'm that, and trying to just think from the perspective of your superpowers, you start thinking that, hey, you know what, I'm not a complete person either. No one else is. And when you operate from the mindset that, no, I'm not complete and nobody and no one else is complete, that for me is a grounding exercise. Every single time my brain tries to tell me that I'm better than someone else, then this thought kicks in. And I get reminded that I'm not complete either. I think humility is a really, really powerful lesson that I have learned by embracing my flaws. The third lesson I would like to talk about is empathy. Once I acknowledged my insecurities, I started being kinder to myself. My self-talk changed completely. Empathy is the ability to see things from someone else's perspective. And my flaws taught me to do exactly that. Instead of passing judgment to someone for their flaws, I'm willing to understand their part of the story. Because I want people to know my story before they pass the judgment on my flaws. We all do not come from the same background and same opportunities. And how can I pass judgment to someone without knowing their story? So last week, some stranger wrote a horrible thing on my social media. What did I do? Tell myself. You can write whatever you want. You don't know my story. This reminds me to show up to the world with kindness and love. If it's okay for me to have my flaws, I understand that it's okay for you too. And the last lesson I would like to share with you is to remain happy. Why happy, you may wonder? When you face your insecurities and your flaws, you become happy because you don't feel the need to fit in and become someone else. And that liberates you so that you can become your truest, authentic self. Every single day, I try and become my truest self everywhere I show up, be it at my work, at home, in the public, or even this podcast. This makes my life so much easier. I don't have to act as if I'm a smart person in this podcast. I can ask silly, dumb questions. I don't have to act as a leader who has all the answers. I can tell my team that, guys, I don't know how to do this. I don't have to hide my emotions or show that I'm emotionally strong when I'm not. I can be me. I'm not in this game of appeasing anyone. Instead, I'm here to be me, and I can do that best. No one can beat me there. And I don't have to take my life too seriously. I can laugh some of my flaws off. I can make fun of the hair I'm losing, the accent I have, or the body I have. When I can do that without feeling bad about it, I know I have made my peace with my insecurities, and I'm not ashamed of it anymore. And I can laugh about it. Self-deprecating humor, by the way, helps us build more positive relationships with others. When you make a joke about yourself, you are creating a space for someone to also open up about their flaws and laugh together about it. So those were some of the lessons that I have learned from the flaws and insecurities that I have. I hope that was of some value to you. I would love to know from you, what is the lesson that you have learned from owning your flaws, by owning the mistakes that you might have made, or accepting yourself for who you are, and how that might have probably helped you in your life. You can record your thoughts and share a voice message with me at theinspiringtalk.com/speak. That is theinspiringtalk.com/SPEAK. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next. Now, go out there and do something inspiring.